Cybersecurity, security incident reporting. Security incident reporting is everyone's responsibility. It is the responsibility of all employees to report security incidents. Anytime data confidentiality, integrity, and/or availability is threatened, a security incident report should be filed. Users must be vigilant and trained to recognize and report security incidents. Reporting security incidents must become a part of the corporate culture. A security incident reporting program should feature the following 3 ingredients: training users to recognize suspicious incidents, implementing an easy incident reporting system. Staff involved in the investigation of the incident should report back to the employees who reported it to show that the report was not dismissed and encourage future reports. So how do we test the procedures? The security incident reporting program should be tested to make sure that it works and that it provides investigators with the information they need. Testing should not occur without knowledge and approval from senior management, nor testing should not be advertised to employees to get accurate results. Testing the security incident reporting system should focus on 2 following topics. How did the employees respond to the incident? Did they apply techniques and procedures learned during training? Did the employees report the incident? The results should be documented and analyzed. If necessary, training materials should be edited for clarity or new procedures. Human resources security. The employee life cycle, employee agreements, and security education and training are all components. The employee life cycle includes recruitment, onboarding, user provisioning, orientation, career development, and termination. What does recruitment have to do with security? Well, risk and rewards of posting online employment ads. A company can reach a wider audience. A company can publish an ad that gives too much information about the network infrastructure and about the company itself, which invites social engineering attack. The employee life cycle. What does recruitment have to do with security? Why is termination considered to be the most dangerous phase? How can a publicly posted job description be misused? Looking back, potential vulnerabilities in interviews. Employee agreements. These include a confidentiality agreement, acceptable use agreement, and the employee agreements also include what are your privacy expectations in the workplace? What is your opinion on whether employers should monitor employees' social networking profiles? Why does the US government require both a level of security clearance, at least equal to the classification of the information, and an appropriate need to know the information before information is released to an individual? Personal security. Checkpoints. First contact. Most potential candidates have the first direct contact with their future employer through a help wanted advertisement, which are increasingly posted on the internet rather than published in a newspaper or trade journal. This is the job recruitment and description policy. A job recruitment policy includes the synopsis, which says, in support of information security, the purpose of this policy is to ensure that company and candidate resources are protected during the recruitment process. This document will also include a policy statement. Personal security. Who is this person? An organization needs to proactively protect itself by conducting background checks on potential employees and directors. To access classified information, the government requires not only a level of security clearance at least equal to the classification of the information, but also an appropriate need to know the information. Personal screening policy. Synopsis. Background checks must be conducted on employees, temporaries, and contractors. Policy statements could include wordings such as this: as a condition of employment, all employees, temporaries, and contractors must agree to and are subject to background screening that includes identity verification, confirmation of educational and professional credentials, credit check, and state and federal criminal check. Personal security. The importance of employee agreements. Employees, contractors, and outsourcers are commonly required to sign basic agreements. For example, a confidentiality agreement, information security affirmation agreements, and/or an acceptable use agreement. Synopsis. All employees and third-party personnel not otherwise covered by contractual agreement are required to agree to confidentiality and acceptable use requirements. The user provisioning policy would state the company must have an enterprise-wide user provisioning process. The policy statement could indicate that there will be defined and documented a user provisioning process for granting and revoking access to information resources that includes but is not limited to account creation, account management, periodic review of access rights and permissions, and account termination. You may also find an electronic monitoring policy that states that it is necessary to have the ability to monitor certain employees' activities. Employee expectation of privacy must be clearly defined and communicated. In the policy statement, under Electronic Monitoring Policy, it may state that the company reserves the right to monitor electronic activity on a company-owned information system, including but not limited to voice, email, text, and messaging communications sent, received, or stored, computer and network activity, and internet activity, including sites visited and actions taken. The employee termination policy would state that information assets and systems must be protected from terminated employees. The policy statement may state that upon the termination of the relationship between the company and any employee, all access to facilities and information resources shall cease. In the case of unfriendly termination, all physical and technical access will be disabled pre-notification. Why is training important? Well, according to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, the people factor, not technology, is key to providing an adequate and appropriate level of security. The synopsis: all employees, contractors, interns, and designated third parties must receive training appropriate to their position throughout their tenure. The policy statement: the Human Resources Department is responsible for information security training during the employee orientation phase. The training must include compliance requirements, company policies, and handling standards.